Hi there, this is Dr. Evan Osar, developer of the Integrative Movement System. Welcome to this edition of Facebook Live for the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education, week number 3, day number 1. This is part 1 of a 2-part series on the shoulder complex. And this is a follow-up to a question that one of our viewers wrote in last week asking about scapular depression and retraction, and how do I activate my lats and or lower traps if I'm not depressing and retracting the scapula. Part of being an industry expert, and that's what we're really helping you develop, is your expertise to be that specialist that your current general population clients need and want to help them solve their health and fitness goals and work towards their health and fitness goals, as well as be that potential resource that your potential clients, I should say the resource that your potential clients will need and want to help them accomplish their goals. Part of being a specialist and an expert is understanding some of the myths that surround the industry. One of the myths I shared with you last week, one of the myths that perpetuated my own shoulder issues, and it's one of the biggest things that, or I should say the thing that made the biggest difference for me, is retraction and depression of the scapula. Because what I got taught very early on, so this is going back 25 years when I first started to develop shoulder issues, when I went to my first rehab class and started to learn about shoulder issues, is to retract and depress. And I got really, really good at scapular depression and retraction, and that started to create more and more shoulder problems for myself. And it's a pattern that I see in so many of the patients and clients that present to me with chronic neck problems, shoulder problems, and even upper rib cage problems, which is another common cause of shoulder issues. We don't believe that it's about weak scapular retractors and adductors. It's an inefficient, non-optimal strategy for using the scapular retractors and depressors. Because what happens to so many of our clients, and which happened to me, is they get really good at depressing and retracting. And most of the clients and patients I see don't have a problem with retraction and depression. They can actually do that very well. So it's appropriate to teach them retraction and depression just to get them an awareness of how to move their scapula, but then it's over. It's a very easy, quick thing to teach your clients how to retract and depress. What we want to teach our clients how to do is how to stabilize and control the scapula during their arm motion. So whether their arm is going overhead or they're doing a horizontal motion. And here's one of the patterns, the go-to corrective exercise patterns we use to teach our clients. It's not the only pattern, and we've done a release work. So we've assessed our client first. We've done a release work, so we release where the client is holding tension, myofascial tension, where they can't get optimal range of motion, because that sets up this next pattern. So make sure you do a thorough assessment and you've done your release work first. So the modified wall plank is a great pattern to teach our clients where scapular positioning should be, and also sets up so many of the pushing and pulling patterns that our clients will do. So we just have our clients face a wall about arm width apart, or I should say arm length away from the wall. Maintain a long spine position, rib cage position over to the pelvis to the best of their ability. They place their hands on the wall, feel as if they're pulling the wall apart, and then drop their elbows down. Then they'll step back from the wall, and that becomes their wall plank position, which will also become the plank position they use when they get down to the floor. And from here, they just breathe and focus on being long through the backside of their spine, and then I'll have them push away from the wall. And that way, when they drop their arms down, their shoulders should be in a nice position, and that's where we want to teach our clients how to move from. So then we'll do our pushing and pulling patterns from this position. But we've trained them where that position is with a modified wall plank. I'll show it from the backside as well. So long spine, rib cage over the top of the pelvis, hands against the wall in front of the shoulders, drop the elbows down, step back, pull the wall apart, and then breathe. They hold this position because I want them to understand and learn and own this position. Because when they push away from the wall and drop their arms down, that's their most optimal shoulder position. So it's basically here in the wall, and then their arms come down, because this will be their pushing and pulling pattern. We teach them how to create that width through their shoulders, and that's how we teach them how to create scapular stability and control, so they can activate their upward rotators and posterior tilters, including upper and lower trapezius, serratus anterior, and access their lats and other scapular stabilizers and movers to create more optimal posture and ultimately movement patterns. So this is Dr. Evan Osar with the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education, sharing with you the strategies, corrective exercise, and on Thursday, I'll show you how to progress this into functional movement patterns that your clients need to do to accomplish their health and fitness goals. So hope you enjoyed this video. Make it a great day, and we'll see you Thursday on Facebook Live. Take care.